Give me that key level. Could you imagine, dude? If I can get this right here, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Dope rope. Daily open though. God, I want to take off 6. I'm taking off 8. I'm gonna go 6 off. Stop to BE, and then I'll look to scale another 2 at these lows. Yeah, this low I want to take. Oh, and then my masterpiece level down here. My KC barbecue masterpiece. I can't click it though because I got this guy here. Let's see. Continuation on yes, for sure. Oh man, we could SMT here though. With this, these are the lows. No shot. No shot. We keep going. We're gonna fall. We're gonna take this low here. Dude, look at dude. I'm gonna just look at this. Look at these equal lows right here, bro. Dude, this looks nice right here. Who knows if we're gonna get all the way down here, but you know what I want to start. Well, it's okay because that was a late trade on YM. Let's just say the range where we are going to is here. You know how it's like ICT used to always talk about like you don't pull anything off until you reach your first low within the discount range. Well, if this is the range here, then really this is not in discount. You know what I mean? But I don't really care. I mean, better take some partials. Oh, goosen. We wanted the goose. We found the goose. Mm-hmm. The breaker whip. Rejection of the daily open. Both ES and NQ are way below, right? Daily candle profile on ESNQ is currently much different. But on YM, what did we just do? We just created the wick, right? This was the higher time frame wick. Rejection inside of the OB, not OB, inside this SIBI right here between, right? This is just going to give us our draw. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know? Clean jelly bean, dude. Dude, I'm telling you, bro. YM is like, oh, You know, Wham is nice. Wham is so nice, dude. Especially when the art, like we were talking about last night, the move's done on ESNQ. You can't take that. Unless you take like T-balls, right? You gotta take this here, like he did 39 939, but still, no, the structure was not even this. This was here, right? We spotted this. This was nice. 45 rebalance was really the where we wanted, but right, OBCSD here. And only because we're recording, but I want to see if we actually end up running out the rest of these lows or not. I could imagine we come to take previous day lows still, so I'm gonna monitor this. I'll be back in like 5. Yo, Sonny, what's up, dude? I didn't know where you were at. Yeah, no, it's are you it's have you been listening or were you gone? Yeah, what I'm saying, were you on like listening when this morning when we were talking? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, sweet. Yeah. Oh, I'm recording this. Otherwise, I was. Once this finishes, though. Yeah, candle closure here yesterday. In here. Yeah, but you got to see what happened at the highs here. Daily profile, right? Soup the high here, SMT with YM, right? Soupage. Get there. Get there. Yeah, I would the FOMO part. Yeah, that's what he was saying. He had to get off because he was in. He took 39 shorts on NQ. But that's the beauty of like watching the two of them. Is like the structure on NQ was not great in consolidation. YM's 1 minute was right here was so clean with this reversal, V-shaped reversal, right? And then we get 45 rebalance into 30s opening price, CSD. Could take that, or we can even wait right for the 10 o'clock, which is what we did. Just created a new OB down here as well. We'll watch this get run out here. What is this? Oh, this is range. Interesting. 8:30 versus 9:30 news. Oh yeah, so that's the driver. Yeah, 8:30 reversal, 9:30 continue. That's driver pairing, right? That's driver pairing. I have that printed out on my wall right here. The JC's driver pairing is like foundation to framework. We're rebalancing this, right? What are these? These are right. What is this? Previous days down here. There's no way. Yeah, look at this LR. Previous SMT low with previous day low will now be the draw. After we now have SMT at the highs, right? So now we've got higher time frame SMT. The market's going to seek previous SMT or slash protected lows that are in discount rate. What time frame do I suggest using for session reactions and locating the PO3? You mean like how I identify the key levels for the next day? And like, so the PO3, well, maybe I'm not understanding my definite. The way I use the word PO3 is probably incorrect and oftentimes, but I'm referring to like the open high or open low. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I always start every evening. I always start on the daily. You know, we're always on daily building structure, but this structure has been built like this framework's been here for a while with the back here, right? with this order block. So once we get our daily levels drawn out, and they're not on here because this is micros, but on the other one, right? Previously high, low, and EQ. Then once I drop down to the 4 hours, then when I pull out my range, I can easily identify higher time frame PD arrays that are located in discount, and they end up aligning on the triads, and they end up aligning by stacking protected lows that were manipulated right above or below that the markets are targeting between the two. So that's how I find them. And then then when we get in the mornings, right, you go 15 on it, and then let's say like an example here, right? Like if we wanted longs, right, and we were looking for an open low and Asia was here, right? Like and then London, right? We would look for continuation as in New York would rebalance into a top of Asia to then expand. Yes, rain detection challenge is hard. Yes, it is very subjective. That's why I like live and breathe by G, you know, because it is. It's always subjective. But what's not subjective? How do you make something that anybody can interpret in their own way? How do you make that something that's definable within like universal framework, right? And the only way I was able to do that was to strip everything away except for EQ, because that I can reference and use against ICT's market profile, right? One of the three reasons the markets move is to rebalance to EQ, right? Then we add that, which is a universal truth, and we tack on G to that, right? And we say we give an X range. Now we just define, right? But the rule will never change. Like the markets must always rebalance X range. So if I just keep it that simple, you know what I mean? Like it's no longer hard to detect. Now I just have to focus on refining how do I identify and draw the true range of X range. Does that make sense? I haven't really thought about it. It's a good point for you to say it is subjective. I haven't really thought about like what what I just said makes total sense, but I just came up with that right now. It was off the top. It sounded really good though. I'm going to be totally honest. It's totally valid. You're sharing the 1 minute chart? Yeah, I'm recording the trade, but I was just trying to give you an example. 10:30 with the open high into EQ of the. Can you give me like a just honestly, if it takes this, I'm totally fine to, just close it, dude. Just wanna. Oh, I'm not even looking over here because I was looking at the chat. Have we already hit a level? Um, that's. Whoops. I don't even know. Oh, that's because this is. I haven't updated my micro charts because I chart on full. I chart on the full size contracts and then I just trade. Well, we might not get it. Oh wait, it's too late. We SMT here. Is this gonna be our SM? I can't imagine this is the SMT low. Look at where this is. This SMT. It would be dude. It would look like this. This is 4 hour SMT framework right here. It looks like not true to like that is incorrect. The market is no, you know what I mean? You never see we would never see an SMT with like this. It would be here or here or here, not up in the middle of this candle. I do not buy it. Just a rebalance. Oh, just zooming. What you got going on today? Anything? Well, closure over this OB. What's the 5 look like? 15. Rebalancing this. We did not soup this low. All right, let's see what happens when we get to EQ of this previous candle with this high. See, look, here's range. This high right here is in discount. Is that random? You know what I mean? This is how I find key levels right here. Right? Here's EQ of X range. There's a random unmanipulated high right here. You know? Why is that placed here? You know? It's unmanipulated. That's here, right? Then I wait and I watch. Right? We already have SMT here. But this SMT is not in discount of the previous candle's range that we're identifying, right? So then we wait for it to get to discount, and then we see how does it respond. Did we get here at, you know, 40, 43, and 45 opens high into discount, sweeping that and closes back inside the range? Then all we know, we already know, here's correct PO3 with time to continue in shorts, right? Or does 45 do something different? This is why it's good to tape read, you know, because if you start tape reading every day with the framework and time, whether like if this goes hits the high, continues down to the low, cool, right? Then I build conviction, continue to build conviction, and etc. Right? But if something different happens, then I can analyze that and determine why. You know, like this could be a strike switch here, right? Look, we're even though you know we're below daily open now, right? These could now move back to rebalance. No SMT through the high, see? Okay. So no SMT, what does that mean? Well, if there's no SMT, then the likelihood is we'll probably continue to move higher, right? Or hey, that was a gnarly 30. 30 is where right here. Sure. So maybe it's the 30. Let's see. I mean, I guess we technically could leave that, but oh, now it makes sense. Okay. This is why I should have. So we've swept out all these here, like here. That's here. Currently looking like this, which is why these are not getting run out. But still, these equal those. I don't know. Maybe not now. I mean, the short -8 is fine, whether this goes BE or not. But I just can't. if I would have saw if I was watching it. That's why I had it scrunched, but it's all good. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Okay, so NQ has rebalanced this OB. Yeah, I think we see expansion, maybe. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, right now we're holding, but based on what? Oh, well, if we hold this daily OB rebalance like we just did, then like right. So this candle has opened high, right? We dug into this down close, which was we had the CSD of yesterday, right? So this is something I've been paying attention to also is like if we didn't get the CSD the day before, it gave it to us yesterday, which means this order block, right, was no, I'm on the daily. Oh wait. Oh, you guys, I understand what you're saying, Sonny. You should have told me. Dude, you guys are I moved my screen over like an hour ago, and you guys have not, bro. This is what I've been watching, dude. You guys are killing me. I've been like looking at this chart the whole time, explaining to you guys. That's why you were saying this is yeah, yeah. No, I've been recording. That's why I said I can't change it because I've been in this recording, and so now it makes sense. What I was just saying is I had it looking like this for the recording, but if we look here on the 15. If we look on the 15, these targets, my targets here, these two lows, were swept out here. So we have SMT, right? We have SMT lows, higher time frame SMT right here. But still, this structure, right? Like, okay, let's just say we do reverse here and we go up. Okay, this and this low are now engineered for sure. You're gonna tell me that we're gonna leave, you know what I mean? This on the higher time frames without a correct PO3 of manipulation, I don't buy that. Maybe not today. It's gonna maybe another day. What is this? 45? 45 straight open high? Just go and dump. Wouldn't that be just ideal? Well, no wonder. NQ has got to rebalance. Still, it's nowhere even close. And we did get a soup here. We have SMT between candle to candle SMT. The Kandala. Can it get to EQ before it hits the entry? It's currently incorrect PO3 for expansion higher unless we just put that candle in and then go manipulate below the opening price. But I think I just stepped on the thumbtack. Yep. Sweet. Come on. Just give us like a super hard CSD through the floor right there. NQCSD. Into the what? Into that OB right there. Tape reading. Oh, the tape reading. NQ's consolidating on that high too. I think now you would if you're taking it if you're gonna take a trade. I think this is the strength switch here. I mean, I'm not touching anything, but I would assume because of where these assets are in relation to this range that you wouldn't end up taking longs here anymore. You would be if the model presented itself, you'd have to take it on back on NQ. Look at ugly. Her value gap. I already know what's gonna happen. It's gonna stop me out into this, and then not that I care though. Nice little morning banger, anyways. This is what drives like my dad and other people so it drives them nuts. Like why are you sitting through this? Just close it all and take the profits. And it's like okay, valid. And the reality is if I would have saw the SMT over here, I would have. You know what I mean? But other than that, it's like you know if you close early, then you're not trusting the model. Not that the model's playing here, but you know what I mean. Like you're just you lose your conviction. Like the only like I would not have I mean I would have gone back later, but it's like by watching this occur, we were talking about like key things right that we can use every day. Like okay, how do we spot a reversal? Well, this high in discount we're consolidating on right. Like we wouldn't have talked about that if like I had closed up and we left. So like, and look, because it's paper, I don't care right now, but let's just assume that this little OB is gonna save our lives. Oh, we got soup, 45 soup right here. Oh yes, dude, do it. Hit the hammer, dude. Give me the hammer. I'm not going to though. YM's looking in no shape to go anywhere but up right now. Also, it's great because anyone watch it you could have just faded the trade, the end of this trade. Oh, dude, or it'll be like yesterday and the day before, where it's like this, and then it just goes exactly boom, just like plummets. Oh, and he is gonna rebalance this right here, right now. Watch. Here's discount. Here's an unmanipulated low. NQ's gonna go in consolidation right there. Nasty work. Nasty work. I would not want to be trading right now in any way, shape, or form, dude. That's ugly. That CSD, dude. The markets are tomfoolery right now. It did not, but still. Mm-mm. Oh, bum, 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 bum. Oh, nada horchata. What? Yeah, dude. Give me a 5 minute 3 candle model. Well, expansion, consolidation. Can't reverse from consolidation. So, not mean. Well, if we can't reverse from consolidation, obviously, the draw's been met on shorts, right? Because these lows are already SMT'd. You know what I mean? So this is just oh, those are here. This is a so chop that out. Well, all right. Nice little morning, kind of. Also kind of sucked. So let me stop that recording.